Many people are working really hard and trying everything they can, yet they are not successful in ascending. The main cause is that they are unconscious not physically, but metaphysically, not outwardly, but inwardly. Even if they move, think, fantasize, and dream, unconsciousness nevertheless serves as the foundation for their existence. They live like robots, mechanically effective but unconscious, and the times when they feel truly conscious are exceedingly uncommon. Thus, the entire issue. And there is a simple reason why most people are asleep. The only thing that will keep people awake is their desire to be awake. It's true that there are many reasons why we don't want to be awake, including the fact that we are mesmerized by the trick of the mind. But that isn't the whole story. The real reason is that most people do not realize how asleep they are. Most of us think ourselves awake when actually we are dreaming in slow motion, or live like a robot, or like a corpse, whatever it takes to make sure we are not aware of our true state of being. Most people's lives are largely unconscious and automatic. They go through the motions of living, but they do so in a trance-like state, with no awareness at all of what they really believe and what they really feel inside themselves. They may know deep down that something is wrong with their lives, but they have no idea how to change it for the better because their thinking about this situation is so automatic that it does not allow them sufficient space for self-reflection and self-improvement. In other words, if you want to wake up from your sleep, you must first understand what your life means and why it is happening in your life. Then you will be able to choose whether or not you want to be awake or asleep. We are all asleep at heart, and this is why we cannot hear the voice of our soul calling us back into eternal love and peace. We are asleep because we are afraid of life and death, afraid of being alone, afraid of being separated from God, afraid of losing control over our lives, afraid of changing ourselves through becoming more aware of who we really are, afraid of letting go. The awakening of humans requires an active will. The will must be willing to go out and take control over the mind and body. The conscious mind is not free, it is bound by its own laws of conditioning and by those of the physical world around it. In order to change something in your life, you first need to become aware of it through meditation or mindfulness practice. You need to observe yourself from within so that you can identify what habits of thoughts you are dominantly generating. Meditation is the path to enlightenment. It can help you identify what's holding you back from realizing your full potential. I'm a firm believer in the power of awareness. I'm not saying that you have to be a saint to ascend. I'm saying that you have to be awake and aware enough to see the possibility of ascending. When you are truly awake, you will feel the energy of ascension coursing through your body. It will feel like a natural act of your soul. Ascension is an awakening of consciousness and awareness at every level of being, physical, emotional/mental, and spiritual/cosmic, or transdimensional. It is an immediate shift from third density to fifth density, which allows us to experience a heightened state of existence where we can work with our lives on higher levels rather than just reacting based on our current reality, ego. Allowing your energies to be released, opening your heart, and working on raising your awareness will raise the bars of ascension. When you find any blockages and release them, you are allowing yourself a higher vibration. We live in an ascension era. We are here to help raise the frequency of the planet, to open ourselves up to higher levels of existence, to love and help others, and to move closer to a universal community. The universe is vast, and your life is about to get a whole lot bigger as well. You have to realize that you are more than the sum of your mistakes. You are defined not by what you have done but by what you are capable of doing. Our true liberation comes not through outward action but through an inward understanding of our own being. By doing so, we can focus on each new day with a fresh perspective. The important thing here is that we are all growing in consciousness, whether we know it or not. This process has already begun, and every day we are getting closer to ascension as a collective human race. If we work together for the greater good, there's no question that ascension will come about. We love you dearly. We are here with you.
And so forth.
We are your family of light. We are the Galactic Federation. Eho Aurora Red Ambassador of the Galactic Federation.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Tryon of Magnetic Service. There are so many who would ask, why do you come to a Hindu temple on Kauai? There are thousands who will hear this particular message. And the answer is because the core truth of Lemuria is here. The founder of this temple, a giant in Hinduism, adored by millions, called it correctly when he saw the truth of not only what he believed, but also more. He envisioned something, a connection that would bring this temple here to honor Pleiadian energy, Lemurian energy, and the fact that we came from the stars. There are very few places on Earth that will tie these things together like this one. I want to tell you something, as long as we're here, about that which we have just seen, which is the Hindu master. If you look into the eyes of that man or his devotees, and you say to him, I'm a Christian, he will smile and congratulate you for your choice and tell you you're in the right place at the right time. He will shake your hand and mean it. He will not evangelize you. He will not tell you that you're wrong. And this is what we have always taught, that there are levels of enlightenment for all, and graduation, inevitably, is where you come to that which we call the spark, or the explosion to enlightenment. And some of you are at the cusp. Because you are here, you start to understand not just esoteric things, but things which are above that which is in 3D. Things which you must trust are there because the God inside you is about to show and tell and be something greater than simply a human being. There was a time, dear ones, when you were on this planet, and we've told you this before, when you were in teaching and learning, and there was a clearness and an understanding. You can see it in civilizations all over the planet that have devolved. In one of them, recently we were in and we told you that the ancient beginning dynasties of Egypt understood core truth. And you could see it on the walls. In fact, you can see some of the principles that were taught right here a moment ago from the Hindu master. Truth is truth, and the shades of it are the school of learning. And in this, I tell you yet again, you are in an age now, an age that has even been named this day by the Hindu master. It would speak of an evolvement that is going on, that we call the shift, where light is starting to come in certain ways that will affect everything you do. And the whole reason I am here and teaching is to prepare you for that. It is tough to come up against that which is darkness that has been here for so long. It is tough to go against the grain of the kinds of things that human have done with human forever. We've spoken about some of the most corrupt things starting to have light. That is to say that you're able to see them. You heard this today, even from the Swami. The Swami even mentioned that there's still a kind of slavery on the planet Even though the basic kind perhaps has been outlawed for years, there is still the one we say is coming into revelation. That is the slavery of children for sex. And that this will be revealed to such a way, and the scope of it will be shameful. And who is funding it will be shameful. And it's coming. And when it does, there are those who will say the earth is doomed because it's so bad and so awful and so corrupt, never understanding it's been with you for 1,000 years. Light is coming, and in the process, old soul, we need you to put on the mantle, to put on the armor of a light worker. Because you are going to be the ones who are karmically prepared for the next lesson. And whether you're here, or whether you're coming, whether it's the next lifetime we are speaking about or this, it doesn't matter. Your one soul will simply go through the lessons, but this one is different. But now you're going to come into that which has been expected in an evolved earth and an evolved time, where you will actually start saying, I have God inside. Question today, even to the Swami, where is God? And I have said it over and over, and it's the same thing the Swami said. Look around. In every leaf, in every molecule, in every consciousness is God. Hinduism, the first organized spiritual system on the planet. And the intuition of humanity at that time, without anybody teaching anything else, or rules, or prophets, was that you incarnate. That was intuitive, and it still is. More than 1/5 of the world population still believes, and will continue to, in incarnation. And reincarnation is the staple. So it is not new, dear ones. I want to leave you with this. There is something here that has been unspoken this day, except in this way. I want you to understand what is around you even as you sit here, the beauty of the planet. And I want you to understand that whether you were a Hindu or a Buddhist or any of these beginning systems, the earth was always included. The elementals were always included as a partnership of life with you. Consciousness cannot exist without the partner earth, which also has consciousness of its own. We've invited you to feel it here. For this would be a place where you could see the devas and understand the elementals and feel it from the heart and know that this all went so completely wrong. Tell me one main religion today where the earth is your partner. It's been dropped completely. But if you go to an indigenous, it's there completely. This will change. I told you long ago that there would come a day when the religions of the planets would see eye to eye, and it's exactly the same thing as the Swami told you today. Those are the words. And perhaps that their prophets would not necessarily meld into one, but what they would see would be allowing an enablement so that they'd all exist together. So that one would point to the other and say, we understand that my God is your God. And that you have a slightly different way of worshiping in a slightly different temple. And we'll come together and celebrate it and sing the song. And we'll see eye to eye on that. We've told you that this is coming someday. But with it, dear ones, is coming something else. A return to the understanding that the earth is your partner and Gaia, Pachamama, is coming. The love of the earth must be part of what you believe. In a moment, you're going to walk the grounds of this place. You're going to view the temple, which is created, because that's what humans like and do and have for the excitement of what you would call the enlightenment place they want to put things. It's appropriate, all of it, for now. But as you walk these grounds, I want you to see what they have done here. It's an honoring of Gaia, the things they are growing, and how they approach life is a partnership with the planet. It's not new, dear ones. It's not quaint, dear ones. It's what's coming. A return to the core truth taught in this place, even from the Star Mothers. Swami said there was very little activity here before 1,000 years or so. And what he's saying is there was no human like a human today. But there was activity. Those little men that hold up the temple, talk to them a little bit about who they might have been and how long they've been here and what it means in the scheme of metaphors of Lemuria. And so it is.
This week we will explore the 4 practices of the way of the seer, the practice of beginner's mind, the practice of living consequently, the practice of transparency, and the practice of integrity. Take some time to think deeply about each practice and how it might change your life. Beginner's mind. Practicing beginner's mind requires us to let go of our preconceived notions. As Jesus said, "Except ye become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven." In other words, our lives become much simpler when we aren't weighted down by the baggage of our stories and expectations. The Leica say that this is when we are able to walk in the snow without leaving tracks. We stop being jaded and instead open ourselves up to the opportunities presented to us. Innocence and spontaneity infuse our lives again, and we lose the attitude of been there, done that. We become childlike, experiencing things as if for the first time. Zen practitioners strive to achieve what's known as empty mind. When we practice beginner's mind, we don't forget about our years of experience. We simply don't confuse what we learned yesterday with what we're discovering today. Living consequently. The practice of living consequently is to recognize the impact each action you take has on future generations. Earth keepers understand that even thoughts have an impact on tomorrow, so they're mindful of every image and feeling they experience. When you practice living consequently, you're fully conscious of the impact of each thought, intention, and action you have, and you take care to make them positive and healing instead of selfish and destructive. You recognize when you're acting out of fear, and you deliberately choose to act out of love instead. You take full responsibility for all your actions, and the universe notices this, making your good, as well as your bad, karma immediate. Transparency. You practice transparency when you stop hiding the parts of yourself that make you uncomfortable. It means that we allow others to see us and that we have nothing to hide. After all, it's what we're trying to conceal that's actually the most visible to other people. But we hide more than our insecurities. Oftentimes we hide our beauty and power as well because we're uncomfortable with them or fear the consequences of letting our light shine. Hiding our true selves attract to us those who embody that which we keep secret. It externalizes our healing process, entangling us in another person's drama and leaving us more vulnerable and fragile than we were before. Integrity. The practice of integrity is being true to your word, recognizing its power to create reality. For the Leica, there is nothing more important than being true to one's word, so they're very careful about what they say to themselves and others. What you repeat to yourself is equally powerful, such as I'm a loser, I'm not as smart as so-and-so, or I'll never find love, so you must be careful. Your word is a vow that you make. And the more you live a spiritual life, the more power your word carries and the less leeway you have to fudge. Living true to our word builds a spiritual power that's essential if you're to dream into being a better world. Without this power, your dreams never acquire form and always end up collapsing just as they're about to bear fruit. What have you learned about the way of the seer? By Alberto Villoldo. Do you find yourself exhausted at the end of the day after working amongst people? Or perhaps you pick up the moods and feelings of others, maybe even their pain? If so, you are most likely an empath. As a psychic reader and healer, you would expect that I would be battling other people's energies every day, but surprisingly, I am really good at blocking it all off. I'm not even sure how I do it, but it's a gift in itself to be around others and not know all their problems. Don't get me wrong, I can feel negative or dense energy very well, but I don't take it on. That's the difference. Humans are energetic beings in a physical body. Everything we see, feel, and experience creates either negative or positive emotions and thoughts that create energetic vibrations resonating at either high or low frequencies. If you are an empath, you might find yourself particularly sensitive to the dense vibrations of negativity, anger, hatred, and depression which, by the end of the day, will have you completely drained. Some empaths cannot be near crystals or walk into a psychic expo because the energy is so overwhelming. It's time to learn how to shield your aura and to clear your energy after every interaction. The aura is our protection from absorbing lower energies, but it can be compromised and weakened in several ways. These include getting stressed and upset, extreme anger, excessive use of alcohol or drugs, being in lower vibrational places like pubs or hospitals or around people who are angry or upset in some way. If we haven't protected our aura in situations like these and are tired, sick, or emotional, it can be quite easy to take on energy that is not ours. In addition, if we are aware, our lower vibrations can then attract spirit energy that feeds off ours, perpetuating bad moods and depressed feelings. It's not life-threatening, but if left uncleared can make life unpleasant for us and the people around us. So, start protecting your aura by keeping grounded and by cutting ties with people and energies after each interaction. Physically zip your aura up like zipping up a jumper over your head, and use essential oils like frankincense to keep it protected. Make sure you get enough sleep and drink enough water and avoid the consumption of too much alcohol or other substances. Most important of all is maintaining a high vibration by practicing gratitude, positive affirmations, and keeping connected to nature. Blessings. Victoria. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are always interested in what you choose to believe in there on planet Earth. You must admit to yourselves that you are constantly being bombarded with different options regarding what you could believe in. You can believe so many things are true that will only limit you and stifle your progress, your evolution, and you can believe in people who sound very sure of themselves, very confident about their beliefs. You can also choose to believe what most other people around you are believing, even if the belief doesn't feel good to you, and that is the key right there. That is the point of discernment that we encourage all of you to use when presented with a belief. You must ask yourself whether it resonates, whether it feels right to you to engage with that belief at all. But most people are not doing that, and most people are not even recognizing that something is a belief when it most certainly is. Instead, they think that it is a truth and that they must live by it. Once you become aware of the fact that you are entertaining different beliefs all the time, you can choose them more deliberately. You can choose them while also recognizing that there is a feeling that comes up for you when the possibility of something is presented to you. Now, one thing we cannot give you is the ability to care enough about how you feel to follow your feelings, but we can keep telling you how important it is for you to follow your feelings. Then, it is up to you to actually tune into what you are feeling and care enough about whether something feels good to you or not to listen to what that feeling is telling you. You can make just about anything true at this time in your experience. You have that type of freedom as a fourth dimensional being. Therefore, you want to be very particular about what you are believing in, and you also want to be very particular about which individuals you are listening to, because beliefs can be developed within you without you even knowing that you are developing that belief. You might, again, just think that someone is presenting you with the truth. But until you recognize that all truths are true, that all realities exist, and that you are choosing from a wide array of them in every moment, you will not be able to choose your own destiny. And it is so important for you to do that. It is so important for your joyous expression of self that you recognize that you do have a choice. You can choose to believe that your body is capable of healing itself from anything, or you can listen to the person in the white coat who tells you that this or that is incurable. You can choose to believe that you are capable of accessing all of the spiritual gifts that other people have, or you can choose to believe that only a select few are born with that type of ability. You can choose to believe that this is an abundant universe, or you can choose to believe in lack, in limitation, in a finite pie that everyone gets their slice out of. It's entirely up to you. You are the ones creating all of this right now, for yourselves, for your evolution, and for your enjoyment. So we recommend that you choose a path that involves your joyous evolution of your consciousness, because that opportunity is always in front of you, but it will always be one that you have to choose, that you must believe in so that it can become true in your reality. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Channel, Daniel Scranton.
New one. Fuck yeah, it's got a US.
Energy update. We are entering new timelines as old timelines collapse to make way for the new higher consciousness blessings beloveds. Huge timeline shifts occurring for the last 2 weeks. Timeline shifts continue and are growing stronger. I first reported this in this cycle and now a third article today a week later. Many are wondering what is going on with this higher elevated energy that is occurring, and this is it. This means we have been shifting timelines for over 2 weeks now, and there is no end in sight. What does this mean for us in the ascension process? It means we are on a huge upward swing in the ascension process like no other. This has not been seen before by me, and I have been reporting on energy changes and shifting timelines dimensions since 2010. Many of you may have been feeling something big has been happening, and that is because it is. You may be tuning into energy and feeling this, as many light workers are feeling this change taking place. The light worker is actually the first divine being on the scene, as they are the first ones to feel the effects of energy changes. They in many ways are far ahead in the fact that they are actually feeling energy. The light worker starseed may feel alone, isolated, but they are actually a huge group of countless thousands that are helping to bring this shifting. Mandela effect with changing timelines. You may have noticed the Mandela effects I have talked about in my last 2 articles. This week we had a new celebrity death that has already occurred with Robin Leach. I remember him dying at least one time before.
Yep.
If you do not remember his past death, you can try to forge it into your memory this time, as it will most likely happen again, in the many times we are changing timelines. I talk about the other recent celebrity deaths' Mandela effects in my other articles highlighted above. How does the Mandela effect change timelines? The Mandela effect is a symptom of the changing timelines. There are many Mandela effects out there, yet the most conclusive ones to me are always celebrity deaths. It's always interesting to me when a report of a Mandela effect person has passed on, and yet there is no recent memory of them in the public eye for years before this, and many of them would continue to be in the public eye if they were in fact still living. This is a small detail to try to also remember. So what does this mean for our new timeline, and how has the new timeline changed? Truth. There has been a huge desire for many light workers and those working on themselves, their own inner growth and awareness, to start to now live in truth and speak their truth with letting the chips fall where they may. We can see this happening every day as more speak out. We see it in our 3D society as well as our personal lives. The urge to speak the truth and only truth is huge and getting stronger with each upgrade we go through. Compassion. There have been more compassionate feelings going through our bodies at this time. When we hear about someone going through rough times, we are now feeling like this is happening to us. Why is this taking place? Because we're becoming closer to becoming one unified field of energy. The care of animals is also taking a higher place in society through the changing timelines, as the compassion can be felt on all levels. Hidden/dark traits coming to the surface. Many are dealing with their own hidden dark traits coming to the surface for cleansings and clearing. This is happening on a scale not seen before. This might present itself as dark night of the soul for those not familiar with the cleansing process. With one who is aware, it will manifest as out of alignment thinking, feeling, acting. They then start to notice that this behavior is not how they want to present themselves to the world. This is the chance to work on these dark, hidden aspects of self and come into alignment with the divine creator. Connection. Many are feeling a deep connection to others and feeling a need for this deeper connection. This is necessary and will increase as the ascension process continues and goes deeper into every aspect of oneself. The goal of ascension is to bring all that is hidden to the surface so that everyone becomes at the same or close to the same level of enlightenment. This is the connection we are feeling as the many start to come closer. Breathing issues. Many are reporting having breathing issues these last 2 weeks. This is because the air changes as we reach higher levels of consciousness, and our lungs need to adapt to these changes as they take place. This has happened before and will happen each time we reach a higher timeline. The light body is working on our bodies to reach the maximum state of enlightenment and will implement small changes as time continues. Authenticity increasing. There is a feeling now of wanting to step out of the crowd and be our authentic self. This comes from the divine connection we have entered into through the new timelines. We came here to be who we really are, not a fake, programmed, conditioned version of ourselves. This urge becomes stronger the more enlightened we become. Galactics. As we become higher in awareness, we are automatically brought closer to the galactic tribes. As we become closer to the galactic tribe, they become more aware of us. This is how they have made themselves known to me, through my own higher awareness. As each person steps into the higher timelines, more unknowns will be waiting for them as they pass through. They must be ready for this higher awareness and be able to hold the higher energies as this takes place. Fear must be discarded as each person learns to set boundaries in their reality. In my own beginning stages, this was something I needed to learn by way of out of this dimension experiences. I will continue to update on these changes as we come closer to unity consciousness, in service and love.
Hello, my special friends. You have been expanding your consciousness, expanding your awareness, expanding all that you are, expanding your potentials, and expanding the possibilities, and in that you have been allowing for something new. You have been summoning the energy of new forms of creation. You have been initiating a new level of the creative process. You have been coming into new levels of creative expression and mastery and manifestation. There is momentum here. There are things happening. There is so much here for you. As we said, it is all here, now. In your absolute knowing, there is no doubt. There is no unworthiness. There is no hesitation. In your absolute knowing, you stand in your power, in the moment, and let it all come to you. Because in your absolute knowing, you begin to move into the now, here moment, and you realize that it has always been here. It has all been in the now, here, so that in the perfect moment, when you came into absolute knowing, through the expansion of all that you are, in the summoning of new forms of creation, you would be able to receive, to allow, to welcome in, and to celebrate all that is here, all that is now, all that you have created, all that you have expanded into. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself, through the celebration of all that you are and all that you have become and all that you have and all that you have created. In the celebration of all that you have expanded into, you receive, you allow. And in that, even more expansion occurs, even more awareness comes, even more. And expanded levels of consciousness begin to open to you. You open new levels of consciousness and awareness that bring forth new levels of potential and possibilities, and all that is asked of you. Allow it, receive it, celebrate it. Celebrate your magnificent lives, celebrate your magnificent journeys, celebrate the magnificent now, here. Celebrate your abundance, celebrate the beauty, celebrate the love, celebrate the joy, celebrate your freedom, celebrate the new beginnings, celebrate this most expansive, momentous, and exciting, magical time. There is so much to celebrate, and as you do, you expand. As you celebrate, you activate a new creative expression, a new creative level of mastery, new creative forms that all result from your expansion, that all result from these new levels of consciousness and awareness. Dear Master, we hear your wantings. We hear your desires. We know what you want to create. We know what you want to experience. And to which we say, allow, receive, celebrate it. It is now. It is here. It is now here for you. The creative process is so powerful. The creative process is life itself. The creative process is evident in all that exists in all life forms. When you are not intentionally focused on the creative process, you tend to feel disconnected from the manifestation that you would like to experience. Life isn't that exciting. There isn't the momentum you wish to have. You are not experiencing the magic and the miracles because you're not allowing yourself into the creative process where everything is here now for you to receive and for you to celebrate. Create, 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 dear Master, for the fun of creating, for the joy of creating, for the magic of creating, for the power of creating. If you make a salad or a sandwich or are cooking a delicious meal, you are creating. You are creating a masterpiece if it is your perspective, if it is your focus. When you are writing a letter, you are creating. When you are typing a message, you are creating. When you are preparing your body for the day with your clothing and your hair and your style, you are creating. And when you begin to play in the creative process all throughout the day, you find that life becomes more fun, life becomes more enjoyable, life becomes more beautiful. You feel more passionate, you feel more inspiration, you're more tuned into intuition, and the energy that is lighting the way is brighter. The energy flows, and there is more clarity. But you must be in the creative process. Consciousness moves energy into form. And when you're playing and creating in the consciousness field and summoning energy, you are creating new experiences and new forms, new potentials and new possibilities. And you're here in this magnificent human experience for the purpose of creating with all that is here because it is all here for you. Channel, Sarah Landon, we continue to evolve into higher versions of ourselves and being more present. We're observing what is happening as it is happening because this allows us to make course corrections. One thing I am noticing is this: we can no longer help in the ways that we used to, especially in ways that disempower others. We can only empower. So we walk a fine line when we are helping those who are ready to move into their power to resolve the imperfect creations they've made. Case in point, a neighbor lost her purse and stopped her car to tell me when I was riding my bike. I helped her to focus on when she last knew she had her purse. She had it when she was getting into her car, because she pulled out her car keys to unlock the door. Then she went home and didn't realize it was missing for 3 hours. I said, it's either in your car, or it's at home. So just be calm, and you will be guided to it. It's under something, and you had a moment of inattention when you placed it somewhere. She texted an hour later that she found it under a pile of unfolded towels in the laundry room. I didn't find it for her. Instead, I helped her to remain calm and focus on the outcome she wanted. Later she told me, it was the first time she'd been able to remain calm in such a situation. We can help people move into their own power as they begin to transition into this new energy, which is really slamming some doors as it cracks new ones open to give us a view and entry into this amazing new time. We are not being allowed to remain in the old energy. It's easier to move on our own, to make the choice to engage with the new scenarios that are presenting. In the 3D world, we help and we help some more. It can be hard to stop, but helping is no longer helpful, and it pulls us back into lower frequencies. This week I was out doing errands, and once again I was in the creation energy that I described in my last post. These new energies are making it possible to create as we go, on the spot, what we need. Eventually, we will do this very naturally, and it will be normal. Right now it feels incredible to experience. In fact, someone just shipped me a package. Normally it takes 2 to 4 days. This time, it came overnight. And we're not having to work to create this, it's just happening because the new energy is working with us and supporting creation. We are feeling joy and happiness rise up from inside, and we are feeling the return of our physical energy to get things done. During the May 5th lunar eclipse, I was moved past it. I began to notice I was saying positive things when I wasn't necessarily thinking something positive, and it surprised me. The positive words just popped out, and it made me happy to see this. But for the first time I am hearing it differently. I am hearing that the person feels powerless and therefore unhappy and doesn't know what to do about that. They're wanting to move into their creative power but don't know how, or that they even have that option. We start by loving ourselves. We are all being shown now that we have a choice about everything. It is important to choose the heart consciousness, and as we do that, we surrender to not knowing how the creation will happen. Some of the creation is bigger than we are, and we're helping to create it by holding the frequency. We are hurtling forward into the new earth, and we see it taking shape around us as we create it, and as we let go of what was. By Terry Andrews.
Sora of Hollow Earth, when fully in 5D, dear beloved gods and goddesses. It's that time of year once again when many are very busy with the holidays. Certainly, most feel that time just flew by so quickly, and one asks oneself, where did the time go? Perhaps you have already left the time element behind and have focused more now on the events that have come and gone and looking to what's ahead. Perhaps you are finally realizing and seeing that time is just an illusion. And what about space? Have you come to the deeper understanding that it, too, is pure illusion? The mystery of illusion is amazing. Just like the magician who can make things disappear and reappear. Puzzling, and you want to know how that is done. So what's the point, you say? When you are fully in 5D awakened and enlightened, the veil of illusion completely disappears. Once completely uncovered is pure perfection, love and happiness and bliss that never ends, even as you continue in this 3-4D lower 5D reality. 5th dimension and above is your true reality, and that has always been a part of you since your birth from Source. Then you ask, when will I get to this full realization and understanding? Well, what's wonderful for you to know is that you are coming more and more to the full recognition plus understanding of the illusion you are in. We congratulate you, whether you know it or not. You are in like flint, and you can count the signposts to your final destination of full awakening and enlightenment. How is that, you ask? It is because it has been divinely ordained by Prime Creator and Source since you decided to reincarnate here and your memory was removed while on beloved Terra Christa. So be enjoy and play your part the best you can and be the best that you are in every way. Always remember and try know. Don't try, do live and know that we are one in every way as well. You are and have always been true gods and goddesses, creators of many worlds, galaxies and universes, etc. In your heart-mind, when you know these truths to be your reality and are living in the pure infinite state of love that we are, then there will no longer be a need for questions. You will be able to move forward to assist so many others awaken and be able to recreate Terra Christa in the greater understand of what is to be completed for full ascension. You are awakening beautifully. Be fully alive and enjoy this moment in your existence because you know, embodying integrity, personal integrity, is the quality of being truthful and honest with yourself and others, of intentionally aligning personal behaviors and actions to be congruently aligned with your own personal value system, moral principles, and ethics. It generally requires personal choice and commitment to align ourselves to stay consistent with personal values and ethical standards, so that when we speak, we mean what we say. Developing personal integrity is essential to becoming a stable, clear, and trustworthy person that aligns their decisions in life with their chosen personal values. It is the milestone of building a strong character guided by one's chosen personal values and is reflected in a person that is firmly centered in purpose and directed in life by their own core self. We compromise our core integrity whenever we let others make decisions for us or when we betray a trust, betray our personal values, or betray that which we know is the truth for ourselves. When we compromise our personal integrity, we allow a backdoor vulnerability for dark force manipulation that many times descends even more darkness and chaos into the situation where we had made the compromise. To support the embodiment of our true essential nature, achieve single soul occupancy, and continual consciousness expansion, it is imperative that we understand how to generate and maintain personal integrity. Self-inquiry upon personal integrity. To build and maintain personal integrity takes some effort and commitment, like developing the self-awareness that is required to define your personal values so that you can measure your behaviors and actions in order to evaluate how aligned you are to your authentic self. When you consciously participate to clarify personal beliefs and core values, the next step is to honestly assess how well you're doing by reviewing yourself in a personal integrity report. It may be a powerfully positive process to review your core values and generate personal integrity reports annually so that you can see how you are evolving and transforming as you better stay aligned to your own personal value system. This begins to develop more competency in self-leadership and life management skills, so that you are empowered to make positive differences from the values that you lead in your life. Real self-leadership and self-ownership begins when we have absolute clarity within the context of our personal beliefs and core values, which become the guiding principles we follow in our lives. What are the most important personal values that motivate my life? Choose up to 5 of the most important core values that feel the most essential to live authentically and express your highest purpose. Then focus upon those themes that you have chosen and evaluate if you are practicing and increasing these important values throughout your life. In the Guardian context for reclamation of Christ, our personal core value system would be directly connected to the law of one practices. For example, for those dedicated to be of service to the law of one, some of our most important personal core values are expressing unity consciousness, knowing we are all interconnected, expressing unconditional love and compassion to myself, love others and love earth, expressing service to others, orientation to motivate personal actions. Maybe upon deeper reflection or in the future you'll find that your most important personal values are shifting or are revealing differently in order to become more specific in their quality. The more specific we are in identifying our core values, the more accurate and clear we can be when applying those to the behaviors that guide our life. As an example, let's say through deeper self-study you have identified a recurring pattern that makes it hard to feel confident in valuing yourself when in the company of intimidating people. One of the core values that you choose is to value yourself equally to others, no matter what happens. To make this an important guideline in your life will help strengthen personal behavior to value yourself while in intimidating situations, which increases personal integrity. Once you've defined some of your most important personal values, then inquire on each one to evaluate how you can better align your thoughts and behaviors with the meaning of each value. For example, ask 3 questions about the core values of expressing unity to help you accurately assess positive changes that you can make to be more authentic and within integrity. What does unity mean to me? How do I express unity in my thoughts, behaviors, and actions? How can I better practice unity consciousness throughout my life? Am I practicing empathy with others to more deeply express unity? Am I living in personal integrity, and what areas can I improve? As you meditate and reflect on your life over the past year, assess if you have been authentic to your core values and the ways that you can improve your actions to reflect integrity and authenticity in the future. In each area, when reflecting upon personal values, inquire on what is aligned to your authentic self, those things that feel they are functioning well. Then place your attention upon the personal lessons and opportunities that you have to greatly increase inner strength, the core strength you will need in order to act authentically and within personal integrity. Summarize the key points in your personal integrity assessment for reference. As you gain clarity on identifying important personal values and how you can build and maintain authentic integrity, prepare a summary of key points that you can revisit for inspiration to help guide your life direction and purpose in the next cycle. Print out your notes to clarify in more detail your personal vision for living within core personal values, knowing that when you are maintaining personal integrity, it naturally aligns to fulfill your highest purpose. Embodying core personal values, living, thinking, and breathing those values is what expresses personal integrity. This is the key to avoid negative cause and effect or miasmatic imprints upon what you are manifesting. Then make an effort to reread and reflect upon your personal integrity assessment regularly to keep you focused on what personal core values are the most important guiding principles of fulfilling your most authentic expression. Practical application of embodying integrity. In the process of completing a personal integrity self-assessment and consciously choosing your value system based on what you know to be true for you, now is the time to take conscious steps every day to behave in ways that are consistent with your personal values. Identify the behavioral traits that need to be addressed and are required to change. Determine the underlying reasons why you have not behaved with greater personal integrity. Observe the obstacles and other people that are used as excuses to lie or violate your personal values or moral code. Commit to build authentic relationships through greater truthfulness, honesty, and being open and direct. Compile a list of tasks and behaviors in which you dedicate to become more trustworthy and honest. Protect your basic human rights to be authentic and protect the rights of others by respecting the decisions and opinions of other people. When possible, be of service to others and live as an example for embodying truthfulness and integrity. Be willing to honestly self-assess progress on your commitment to personal integrity, making adjustments along the way. Look for the support of others who are inspiring examples of personal integrity and have similar goals and personal values to be honest and trustworthy. Develop accountability for personal behaviors and actions, and if you make a mistake that impacts others or you break a promise, be willing to admit it and apologize. The world is rapidly changing during these stages of bifurcation, in which the negative polarity and positive polarity spirals are becoming more extreme and amplified in the external. In order to stay deeply connected into our core self, and to withstand the massive impact of these opposing forces colliding, we must take conscious steps now to embody personal integrity.
You don't hear that word anywhere. It's just everybody go Google and type in word integrity. That is awesome. But, alright guys, I have no idea what it is. Like absolute poop. I don't know who, I really don't even know what I do half the time. You do not have to accept life on an old template. Nothing from your freaking past holds energy in this now. Super fucking important. Fuck yesterday, fuck a month ago, fuck last year. I don't care who wants you to stand up to it and be accountable still. We've all done our fucking time. Carry the fuck on. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Let me see. Carry the fuck on. Because you're awesome. Good idea. God, those are forever for me to get that shit, man. I hear you, kitty kitty. I don't feel like it. We have a stray that looks like Medusa. Super skinny, but he cannot come in because he likes to spray, so. But he showed up like one big mat, and I'm trying to brush him out, and he likes it. Like, he just lets you, I mean, he's like a long hair cat, but it's just all one mat. And he almost had his legs where he wasn't able to walk. I got that off last night. Not sure I can't fucking believe. No, well, I guess I said I'm not supposed to do it. but I can. Oh my god, I'm gonna name it Bobby. Boob. Those fucking drugs are horribly mad. It's so funny. I was trying to tell my grandson about the fact that the cat's dreads are like, because he didn't think I knew what I was doing. He was really concerned. And the cat's just sprawled out, letting me do it. And I was afraid for the switches under it because I don't really know where his skin is. And since he's lost so much weight, you can't really tell the difference between the mat and the skin. So I just started by cutting slowly into the dreads, well, mats. And I was trying to explain to him if I didn't care for mine or brush mine, that the same thing, they're the same thing. He's like, no, those are not the same thing. It was so cute. I'm like, no, I didn't let it get that bad, but poor cat. I feel so bad for it. But he's out there yawning right now because I feel like he needs brushed again. I just can't believe he allows you to just do that. He must be in a lot of pain and uncomfortable. So, yes, I'm gonna take about an hour today and brush the stray cat. The fucking toy bucket. Giving food and water. But he's out there meowing. I can't breathe. Damn ridiculous. Yeah, I did feel card and reading card. I'll have to wait for the home there, but that's not fun either. Even though I'm dealing with all that shit. I'm not really that's okay. I'm super weird. Even eat fucking cat. I really like his paint because I don't have a sander right now to sand the canvases if I want to repaint them, so I'm gonna burn all of them. Plus, I'm done with all these fucking paintings. Like honestly, it was a real shitty part of my life. Not really shitty, just fucking trying, and made a lot. It's just a lot of energy to just constantly be buying. I mean, there's stuff everywhere actually. You have no idea what happens. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, they don't sell. Fucking burn them. But I do like this terracotta painting. It, it fills in the dots and gives it a texture so you look like you're not seeing. Like lazy and not seeing your canvases down. I have time for all that. But I might save a few. I just don't have the money to pay for the terracotta either because it's like fucking $13 for 4 of those bottles. And you can water it down, but oh my gosh, my ears are ringing today. No, it's not tonight. It's something tried out not so long ago. Take care of my tinnitus. She was very concerned. She's like, oh gosh, you do that a lot. I'm like, no, that's what happened. We're supposed to. It's like everything else is a frequency we need to be aware of. I'm not on today. That actually works. Not really. I mean, be women. Nobody else is allowed to do what they want. That's pretty cool. Okay, I realize there's nothing to do right. Super fucking emotional. Help. Yeah, I'm gonna fidget with a few things. And then I'm gonna go brush cat. Might go down. We started my son's all bush hog the back, which it went down probably about it's a block from end to end, and behind us is about 5 spaces for houses. But they just forgot about the road. All the houses are gone, the trees, so it's just that space back there, and nobody's ever done anything with it. And my dad was like, "Wait, till there's stuff with a good trouble." I'm like, there, 5 years there ain't been nobody back there. Ain't nobody. It's ignored. It's still on Google Maps. So we bushhogged it, and they cut some trees down. Made a big fire area. It's fucking awesome, but it looks like hell because we're also by Circle K. So there's probably trash for years is just piled up underneath the things. So, because when the wind blows, it blows straight into our back. I need to put up some like a fucking snow thing. That makes so much sense. You don't want to run the trees. No more litter in the woods. It's job security for the children. That's what I feel. Oh my god. Would somebody please donate me a fucking chair? I'm over it. So over it. My back hurts. My fucking butt hurts. I know you guys see me fucking trying to perch on these pillows. It has to be big though because I do like to perch on my feet. It's just the way I paint. I always had. There's something I had anywhere that ever like set up or paint or God knows in my little life. But so I'm a perfect. My mom hated me furniture. That is like I was just grounded from it. I wasn't allowed to sit on the fucking couches and chairs in the living room. They always sent me to my room because I put my feet in them or I just couldn't sit still. Or my dad was severely scared of dust as well. He was a weirdo. What a guy. Alright, we're gonna do the rest. Get some music. So tired of these days. Fucking over it. And everything live sounds like shit. Yeah, come on. I can sound effects today. You know, it's not right. Yeah, I definitely cannot breathe. I'm sure you guys can hear it. Look at that stupid thing. This doesn't sound fun to start going back to YouTube. Yeah, at all. I'm so out of shit though. I can read this first. You got both of yours. Totally have no voice either. Ridiculous. He's so handsome. My celebrity crush.
Where in the clouds don't mean in the rain. Tears in my eyes don't mean there's pain. Don't let
I know, I just put it
I'm open. Things aren't always what they seem. You can't believe everything ring on my face. I'm more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough, but why are they making those stories up? There was a time that you came around, you would have seen me breaking down. And if I seem just a little bit cold, it's only 'cause you lost the hold you had on me. I'm over you. You heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I've been taking it rough, but why are they making those stories up? You heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I've been taking it rough, but why are they making those stories up? I'm over you.
So Mama says, why you always listen to your bees? I'm like, because my hair tickles. It's really watching your hair. I miss my fucking mom, man. God damn it. Man. Fucked up. Fucked up and hard, guys.
I turned around so I could see 1,000 burning bridges. It was all because of me. I fucked things up now that I know. I was trying hard to hold on. You were trying to let go. And all I can do is hope you are fine. Know that you're here
It's some good fucking flowers.
on my mind.
Fuck this chair right in the fucking neck, dude.
Those fights we had gave us life. Got lost out in the darkness. We went looking for some light. I never thought we'd be wrong. And I realized I loved you when I noticed you were gone. And all I can do is hope you will find and know that you're here on my mind. Been 7 hours and 15 days
Wow.
since you took your love away. I go out every night, sleep all day.
Oh my god. I never
Took
lived all.
your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whoever I shoot. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant. But nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues. 'Cause nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. It's been so lonely without you.
Do what I said.
Like a bird without a song.
Not a quitter.
Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. So tell me, baby, where did I go wrong? 'Cause I can put my arms around every boy I and they only remind me of you.
He's so drunk.
I went to the doctor and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, boy, you better try to have fun no matter what you do. She's a fool and nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
God, the shit I think about.
Oh, clouds playing mama in the backyard. They all died when you went away. I know that living with me, baby, was sometimes hard. But I'm willing to give it another try. Nothing compares I say Say goodbye to everyone I know. And I hope someday I'll be fulfilling for myself. I wish I could take you with me. No, I never thought I'd have to choose. Either way, I know I'm going. The hardest thing I'll ever have to do is leave this place without you. After everything fell apart, they said time was your broken heart. So why am I still here waiting to start? To take you with me. I must walk to take you with me. Ask me what's you know is true. Don't try to tell me I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there, two worlds collide, and they will never tear us apart. We live for 1,000 years. If I hurt you, let's make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I was still, oh, two worlds alive.
Sorry.
And they
Sorry. Oh shit. My bad. It'll be alright though. Someone just ain't fucking right. David accident.
Small town?
Somebody came out from behind the trees and he shot me. Did you
Oh
know what he did?
We don't want to hear any of that.
My leg.
No.
When Dateline continues.
Why? Why do we want to watch shit like that? Sorry. Ah. It makes me fucking nervous now. I used to watch that shit. It just made my belly hurt hearing that. Don't we want to watch that shit? No, we don't want to. They just Thank you, Billy. Fuck yeah. Sorry, I don't know what that was all about. Just a reminder, we don't like to do this.
And down the east side to show me the same. Oh, sweet it make me feel a treat you are kind. Wow, it's drag me home. Wild horses riding someplace.
Really? I have my freedom, but I don't have much time. There's nothing more good. Tears that fly. Let's do something after we die. No, I haven't had a camera. I could plug it in, really, honestly. I need to go and get my chargers out of the car. So I can completely unplugged.
To make us all happy, do anything to take us out of the gloom. Sing a song, play guitar, make it snappy. You are the one who can make us all happy. Doing that, you break out into you. Please don't be sad if it was a straight line you had. You would not have known me all these years.
That motherfucker did. Goddamn. I love rats. We're gonna go sell some ladies some shit. Well, some of these are people with. Fucking work. A beautiful.
I sat alone and slept by the silver stream. I could tell by the mark you that you were in a dream. Oh, child down the street. Oh, child down the sea. What you are, what you're meant to be. Which is what you are born to be. Want to leave, can't see. Lost now in the country miles in this Carolina. I can tell by the way you smile when you throw it back. Come on, watch the nighttime clean. Go roll the scorched ground green. Through the hole, the top you can't believe. Closing down in the dark hills in between. You and me, Cassidy. Queen beats in the night sun. Get your own chosen coffee gun. There she goes, and here she comes. Here right, right in the receiver. Scattered like lost words. Sail in the storm and fly.
Like I almost wanted for the rest
Let your life receive by its own design. Nothing to tell. Let the words be yours undone. Let your life receive by its own design. Nothing to tell. Let the words be yours undone.
I don't know if you even think about
It's all the same. Only the names will change. just to get back home. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, all the steel on the side. I'm wanted, dead or alive. 'Cause I'm wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes I start to day. The people I meet always go a separate way. Sometimes you tell me by the battle that you dream, and when you're alone, all you do is think. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, on the steel, on Saturday, I'm wanted, dead or alive. 'Cause I'm wanted, dead or alive. Well, I've been everywhere, still I'm standing so tall. I've seen a million faces, and I rock them all. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. Now it's time for me to go. The autumn moonlight's my way. Life's never rain, and when it rains, it's heading my way. I got to do see myself. On my way. Well, it's been 10 years to the day I gotta run it on. All my dreams. Some your time to spend room. I just long to be gone. When we drink, I feel the concentrate. It's time to travel all that long.
I keep seeing people go to a certain point and then never come past. It's freaking so there's a portal right there or something.